The year is 2015 and I am a depressed university student. Thank God things changed. These days I'm not a student. It's about 2 weeks into university and I'm in this mental mind state which just isn't good for me, where I'm thinking that I've done all the wrong things and I've made all the wrong decisions and I just shouldn't be where I am at that moment in time. Basically, before coming to university, I had two options as to where I could go. I could either go to the University of Bedfordshire or I could go to the University of Portsmouth, and I chose Bedfordshire. And then the moment I got to Bedfordshire, I wondered why I'd got into Bedfordshire. And to put it simply, I made this decision because I didn't like the way that the University of Portsmouth was thinking. When I went there, they were very formulaic and very sticking to standards and codes and stuff like this in the way that they do their work. Not necessarily in terms of like legal codes, but they're very to the book. This is how a TV show should be made. This is how a radio show should be made. This is how this and this and this and this should be done. And I hated that. I cannot stand it when you put such a terrible cage around creativity, when you take away the creativity completely and you're just redoing the exact same shit all over and over. So naturally I chose not to go to the University of Portsmouth and I just chose my other option, which was the University of Bedfordshire. And then when I got there, I kind of decided, yeah, this isn't really for me either. From the radio station to the TV production studios there and just what we were told we would be doing in our first couple of weeks, all of a sudden my mindset had kind of changed, because it seemed like we weren't doing as much practical work as I dreamt of. And at the end of the day, it would actually turn out that way. I didn't do near enough practical work, and I came out of university with basically nothing to show. And for me, that's just like, that was 4 years at the end of the day wasted. But I'm going to digress from that point. We're 2 weeks in. I am feeling this. I'm feeling this feeling that this is out of control. You know, life has stopped. Everything has stopped. There is no hope anymore. And so I'm in need of friendship at this point. But once again, it feels like I'm alone. It feels like there is no one there for me. Despite meeting TJ and Henry and Issa and probably everyone that you've seen on this channel, it feels like nobody is there because I don't think we were really hanging out as much at the time. On this night that I'm feeling all these emotions, I decided to go downstairs and meet up with one of the people from my course who wanted to play a bit of foosball. I was like, yeah, let's go for it. We were probably down there for like 20 minutes. I think it was Issa. I think he was doing his laundry and the foosball tables were in the laundry room because that's a completely normal thing to do. We played a bit of foosball, we finished off and he was like, all right, I'm going back up. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm going to go and get drunk again. But instead, as I was walking past reception back towards my hall, instead I came across this lounge and this group of people, just gamer boys and gamer girls, playing some games on a sofa. I decided to go in and see what they were doing because I was going to go back upstairs, play a bit of GTA 5 on my PC, drink a few more beers and probably pass out. Went into the lounge and I saw what they were playing, and strangely enough it was GTA 5. And tonight I'm feeling like I don't want to be alone quite yet, you know? I'm at least going to make an effort to socialise, despite the fact that I feel like I'm the only person here who is like me. I think maybe either being from Cambridge or just being the type of person that I am, I just felt alone. I sat down with these guys and we started talking, and surely enough, yeah, they were playing GTA 5 and surely enough they were in a hack session and we had a couple of laughs about that. And then they switched games. They switched over to Tekken Tag Tournament 2. The game with probably the longest name in the world. And one of them's like, do you want to go next? I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's go for this. I've never played Tekken before. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you know what? Let's go for it. On this one night, back on this one day, within the span of about 3 hours, quite a lot happened. Quite a lot happened that brought me out of the depression that I was in at the time. And it's probably going to seem kind of stupid, but I don't care because I'm really just here to test out the green screen. So I'm sitting down and I'm playing with these guys, and time goes by and we're slowly getting acquainted, just gamer guys and gamer girls hanging out, playing games. This is something that I hadn't actually seen before in this place. I don't think these guys were here, the night before, the night before, the night before. They basically just all turned up at the same time. They started socializing. Quite a few of them didn't know each other, and I sure as hell didn't know any of them. And by the end of the night, we were, setting up the next session. We were like, well, when are we going to come back and do this again? And the host, Manny, who was pretty much the host, he was the one with the PS3 and all of that. He was like, yeah, we're back here tomorrow. I was like, cool. It continued like this for days and days and days. After this night, this was the group that I hung out with for over a year. Not a small group either. Tekken, just having Tekken on that TV brought people into that room, brought people in, and they started playing, and once again we started becoming acquainted with more and more and more people. It was like some sort of offline dating. Can you imagine offline dating? That's crazy. It was insane that all these people were coming together over one single game from like a decade ago that I can't even pretend to know anything about it. My sentimental value attached to the game does not mean I know anything about the game. I know how to play it, but honestly, I have no idea who the characters are. I have no idea what the game is about. I think I maybe tried to play story mode once and I died and I gave up. However, that game, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, brought an entire group of us together. It brought many opportunities. It brought opportunities where I was actually getting girls, which is a very fucking rare thing indeed. Laughing, real pain. So yeah, it kind of, for me, what annoys me or what gets me after this point is the fact that multiplayer in real life is kind of dying, and these moments are slowly dying with it. And you got to keep in mind that we were playing a game that was like a decade-year-old simply because it had this kind of power. It had this effect, and for me, it's kind of depressing to see that slowly this movement is going to die out. We are slowly going to see couch multiplayer just disappear completely. I know that somebody else has already done this video, but I felt like I wanted to give my own story. I wanted to tell you my story of why Tekken Tag Tournament 2 and more the couch multiplayer that it had, why that is special to me. And even this weekend when I'm back down at the flat with Henry, I brought my Xbox 360 with me. I brought a controller with me, forgot the other controller, brought another controller, then realised, shit, where's the game disc? I've brought all of this with me just to relive the sentimental value that Tekken Tag Tournament 2 has for me. And I think everybody in that hall who was a gamer or who's just merely interested in entertainment knows exactly what those words mean, knows exactly what this game is, and the great way that it brought us together within that first couple of weeks of university. A complete group of strangers united over something as simple as just a game from over a decade ago. And so that's kind of special. Thanks for watching my video.